This is every Osu cheat explained and how you can detect them. Now, I do not encourage cheating in Osu. Do not cheat, you will get banned. This video is completely for entertainment and educational purposes only. I will not be using any of the cheats showcased in this video, but rather discussing the different types because there are too many to count. And I've always been fascinated how some of these cheats function. Enjoy. Relax. Relax hacking in Osu is the most widespread and common cheat. It's a cheating mechanism that assists players by automatically clicking or tapping on hit objects that the cursor comes in contact with. The relax cheat uses high precision and timing, essentially removing the challenge of tapping to the beat. And this is why it is so blatantly obvious when someone who has never used relax before gets caught. They run it on default settings that makes a super low unstable rate, and it gets detected automatically. But what about the smarter relax players? As I just mentioned before, there are settings to control how strong you want your relax cheat to be. So usually they optimize it in a way that makes it seem legit. This in theory should make it impossible to detect, right? Well, no. There are a couple of ways. Like in a few instances, the higher unstable rate settings are too consistent, meaning they will probably end up on r/osu report. Or an old way of detecting it is if a player's cursor comes in contact with a hit circle and no key press is being made. Usually that's a sign of relax cheating, because why would you just aim at the circle and not click anything? But this method is kind of outdated, and relax cheats have sort of upgraded. Now, there is a wait late feature that makes it so if your cursor is late to a hit circle, it will try and hit a 100 or a 50 to try save you from breaking combo and make it look more legit. This is more common nowadays and another sign of relax cheats. Aim assist. Aim assist does exactly what it says. It can be compared to aimbot in other games such as Valorant, where it helps you aim at your target. But in Osu, it helps your cursor reach the hit circle. To catch someone using aim assist, it will usually rat itself out and snap to a hit circle. Some ways to detect aim assist are suspicious snaps during streams, weird aim correction that will usually result in an odd movement pattern, and edge hits. But these are just some pointers, because there is always a chance that these things can occur for a legitimate player. Flashlight remover. To understand the cheat, we must first understand the mod. Flashlight is an Osu mod that causes the entire playing field to become black, with the exception of a flashlight that shines light in a circular area. This area is the only section where the screen is visible. The flashlight continually follows the cursor, and the flashlight's radius decreases past 100 current combo, then again past 200 current combo. During breaks, the flashlight radius increases to nearly the entire screen. There are many different types of flashlight cheats, but the flashlight remover is the most popular by far. It essentially makes the black playing field turn into a visible playfield, and therefore helping the player spot the next circles. This completely defeats the purpose of flashlight. With this in mind, people would exploit the fact that it's a visual hack that only the player can see, as when someone would spectate in-game, it would appear as if they were playing flashlight legitly, but the player could still see the whole playfield. Eventually, Osu's anti-cheat would upgrade and be able to detect stupid people blatantly using this. Some pointers to catch flashlight cheaters is to see the amount of tries they put into a map, because it's unlikely someone is able to sight read or FC a map with flashlight with only a couple of retries. But other than that, it's a little hard to detect. But another secret flashlight cheat was using gamma. Using gamma is no surprise nowadays. Most players and even top players use gamma in order to help read higher AR, because the hit objects appear sooner visually. It was discovered that turning your gamma all the way up made it so that you could see the objects surrounding the flashlight circle, and therefore allowing people to make advanced judgments. It went to the point where Peppy had the secret Easter egg and put a spinning blob of text saying cheating fuck. That's my developer. Eventually they fixed it so that it's not abusable anymore, and sadly the text got removed. Disable score submission. This is a bit more obscure, so it's most likely you haven't heard of it, but disabling score submission allows you to blatantly cheat in multiplayer lobbies without having the worry of being auto restricted. Let's say you're playing multi and use this cheat in combination with the others to FC a 10-star map. You would expect to get banned instantly, right? Well, with disable score submission on, it won't submit on Bancho, meaning you get to brag in the multi lobby that you're a cheating piece of shit. But it won't save you because you'll most likely be reported by the people you're playing with. In a solo play situation, you're able to do prompt on score submission, meaning you can choose whether you want to set a blatantly cheated score or not. These are normally used in order to prevent a top 1000 score on a beat map. To give you the TLDR, top 1000 scores on Osu beat maps have downloadable replays, and if a cheated score is top 1000 on a beat map, they're going to get suspected of cheating because the replay is going to be blatant. Are you enjoying the video so far? If so, subscribe. Okay, thank you. Timewarp. This form of cheating alters the game's timing mechanics. It specifically modifies the game's internal clock, causing hit objects to appear to the player at a slower or faster rate than intended. By adjusting the timing of hit objects, Timewarp can make it easier for the player to react and click the circles with greater precision, effectively slowing down or speeding up the game to match the player's abilities. The only type of people that would use Timewarp to increase the speed are playtime farmers or multi-accounters. Some telltale signs someone is using Timewarp is if their aim is unreasonably snappy or moving irregularly, almost similar similar to a robot, as if you're playing in slow-mo, you're taking your time with precise movements. This must be the third most common type of Osu cheat. Replay Stealer. This is a wacky cheat. In a nutshell, you basically take a replay from another player, put the map on, and watch the map as it miraculously plays by itself. This form of replay editing is the easiest to detect, because if someone is using another player's replay, they can see that the movements are exactly the same, and the date submitted was after the original play. To counter this, there is a version that allows you to be more involved instead of just stealing a whole replay. Replay Editor. This is Replay Stealer's older brother. This version allows you to customize how your taps are being timed, where your cursor goes, and many other functions to pass it off as your own play. Instead of taking other players' replays, it's usually used for your own replays. This cheat allows you to transform astronomically terrible scores like your 85% B rank on Harumachi Clover into a nice S rank FC. If the replay editor is used correctly, it is almost always impossible to spot, because you're taking a legit play and only changing the inputs. The only way for it to show is if your PC lags, or if you submit your own replay multiple times. In fact, the last time a notable cheater used a replay editor and got caught was Fia. Let me give you the brief rundown. Fia was a self-proclaimed offline player who played for the Chinese OWC team in 2022. After the suspicious clip that is a replay editor being used for an official OWC match, and further investigation into her other plays that were found to be replay edited, she was restricted and the Chinese OWC team was disqualified. A real shame. Tap Assist. Now this is very similar to the Relax cheat in the sense that it automatically taps for you, but what if I told you this is more advanced? For this cheat, just like Relax, there are settings to change your offset and try and make it undetectable, but this one is smarter. This first version of Tap Assist, note detection, has something in common with Relax, and that's the fact that it wouldn't tap when the cursor was over the note. But with this second version of Tap Assist, it now has the capability to tap even if the cursor is not in contact with the note. But there is one more variation. It corrects your real key presses instead of automatically pressing for you. An example of this is, let's say you press early in the 100 window. It will delay the initial key press until the 300 window so that it makes it a perfect hit, as well as making a prediction in order for the tap to look more natural. As far as I'm aware, those are the three types of Tap Assist. Disable Spectators. By disabling Spectators, it allows you to cheat freely without the worry of someone, you know, spectating you. Playcount Increasers. This playcount cheat is pretty self-explanatory. It is made to increase your play count automatically. It does this by selecting various maps from your Osu folder and submitting failed attempts at regular intervals. It records data such as your number of hits, misses, and time played, along with the score at which you failed. The main users of this type of cheat are multi-accounters trying to pose as legitimate players, so a pretty smart cheat. Score cheats. This type of cheat is obscure because all it does is increase the score you receive. So while it does give you an unfair advantage by giving you more score than usual, I don't see a reason anyone would use it, unless I'm missing something. For this reason, you'll also see a random 6-digit at a number 1 spot on a map's leaderboard with no mod or no fail and a B rank. AR changer and CS changer. The AR, otherwise known as approach rate, is how fast these circles appear on screen. Here is a graph showing the correlation between AR and the reaction time in milliseconds to which they appear. As shown, the higher the AR, the faster the circles will approach. So with this in mind, people use cheats in order to change it and make it more readable for them. For example, someone may change AR 10.7 to AR 10, which therefore makes the map slower. The CS is the circle size, and funnily enough, the bigger the CS, the smaller the circle, and the smaller the CS, the bigger the circles. Who came up with that? Anyways, you can see where this is going, and people use this cheat in order to change it to a smaller CS so that they have bigger targets to aim at. Fun fact, before the making of different softwares that allowed AR and CS changes, did you simply know you could open up Notepad and change the values there? Yeah, that's right. Of course it was quickly patched, but that's pretty funny. Finally, spoofers. How most of the cheaters that use all of these cheats I mentioned above get away with this. With a spoofer, it allows you to spoof your hardware ID so that parts in your computer appear as different. The MAC address, which is your network address, and the Osu uninstall ID, a unique ID that you get when installing the game. This is how most cheaters get away and multi-account, using this one tool. However, over the years, Pepe and the rest of the Osu team really has developed an amazing anti-cheat that works the majority of the time. And that's really great. To show that the Osu anti-cheat really does work, why not watch some of the dumbest Osu cheaters that were caught, both part 1 and 2. These are some really funny stories, so go watch them. Okay, take care, bye bye. Oh, real quickly, thanks to my members, Mish, Matt, Noam, Haxel, Tazi, Kosi, Shirmisu, Boba, Noah, Schizo, and Rainbow Violent. Thank you.